Peace. What's going on? This is your brother MD coming in with Blackson. Got a super show today. Arena this week, arena abroad. Let me get up out of this. Damn, I don't know what I'm doing. All right, cool. Super show tonight. Arena this week, arena abroad. Combo. You know what I'm saying? Peace. I'm trying something new. I didn't even know you could do this on stream. I'm like, whoa, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Arena this week, arena abroad, super show tonight. Since I didn't get a chance to do it the other night, man. What's up, Black Son?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, I'm excited, man. Hey, I didn't know you didn't know about the
Hell no.
Yeah, man.
I didn't know. I didn't know at all. I'm like, damn, I didn't know you could do all that.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man. So yeah, we got a good show tonight, man. We're gonna come with 6 articles tonight. 3 articles for arena this week, 3 articles for arena abroad. We gonna jump right into it. You know, ain't no sense of bull jiving. Let's get into it, man. We got some articles we want to jump up on. I'm going to get into, of course, Ron DeSantis announced his candidacy for president earlier this week, and he did it via Twitter, which was supposed to be a monumental event. It wasn't. So we're gonna get into that. I got a couple more articles, including Target. They got some heat on their back in terms of including LGBT merchandising in their stores, and they got some heat for that. So we're gonna get into that as well. What you got, Black Son?
Oh shit! Well, as you know, man, I got information. Oh shit! My shit just disappeared. What the hell?
Yeah, it did. I don't know.
Yeah, what the hell? Okay, so I got I'm gonna pull them back up as I'm reading them. Y'all, excuse me, man. My computer just disappeared on my article. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about the G7 update and Xi Jinping says about the G7. Then I got some real interesting events in Russia happening in Russia, not Ukraine, but Russia, dealing with some terrorists. So we're gonna deal with that, dealing with a nuclear plant, and then finally, and I'm going to deal with the U.S. is frustrated over the attack over the, me and MD, we did a show about the if y'all remember, it was a drone that hit the Kremlin on top of the roof. Well, U.S. is upset about that apparently. So we're gonna get into that article because, like I said, I thought it was an interesting article. So we're gonna get to it, man. It's some very interesting articles. So yeah.
No doubt. Hey, without further ado, I guess. Hey, peace E. What's up, man? Hey, don't be afraid, man. Come on up here, man, and give us your commentary if you got the time, man. If not, man, I understand. And it's all good, man. We'll catch you on the next. But yeah, let's get straight into it, man. Ain't no sense of bull jiving about it. Let me pull up my first article here. All right, so we're dealing with Politico with this first article. Blow it up just a tad bit. Well, it's already up. It should be all right. All right, so again, this article is from Politico. We're talking about DeSantis here. Okay, DeSantis launch marred by horrendous tech failures. The app repeatedly crashed. Now, let me give you a backstory on this particular Twitter space that Elon Musk tried to host. And I pretty much saw the writing on the wall because anybody who deals with Twitter and they try to hop into a space, especially if it's a space that's hosted by a political figure or a celebrity or what have you, it tends to not be like good as far as trying to get into the space to just listen in. You know what I mean? So a lot of people, they just want to hear like the recording if it's you have the option to record the space. So A lot of people just do that. I kind of seen the writing on the wall, but in any event, we'll and this is a microcosm of DeSantis's push for the presidential position. But in any event, that's just me talking shit. But it says Twitter glitches disrupt the Ron DeSantis presidential launch. And you can see how many people were in the space. Like at one point in time, it was over damn near 700,000 people trying to listen into that space. Of course, it was going to have some problems. You know what I mean? Florida Governor Ron DeSantis was set to announce his highly anticipated presidential bid during a Twitter Spaces session Wednesday. Then Twitter broke. The app repeatedly crashed Wednesday night as thousands of listeners attempted to tune in to hear the Florida governor announce he was entering the race for the GOP presidential nomination. 30 minutes into the event, DeSantis was finally able to begin speaking. The response on the social media site was swift. President Joe Biden was quick to chime in, tweeting, "This link works." Followed by a link to the president's campaign donation site. A spokesperson for former President Donald Trump responded, "Glitchy, tech issues, uncomfortable silences, a complete failure to launch." And that's just the candidate.
So you mean to tell me niggas don't be the only ones on some nigga shit? It sounds like Trump and Biden on some nigga shit. They on their nigga shit.
Yeah, they crunk him up, man. Ain't no doubt about that. The spectacle represented a major embarrassment for both DeSantis and Elon Musk, Twitter's relatively new owner, one that could haunt the former as he embarks on a bid to win the GOP's nomination, and the latter as he tries to position himself as a political kingmaker in the new media landscape. DeSantis was slated to do additional interviews on more traditional mediums Wednesday night, where he will likely face questions about his launch on Twitter. When the event got up and running, DeSantis addressed his decision to make his announcement via the virtual platform. Quote, "Well, when COVID happened, I had to make decisions about, do you go with the crowd or do you look at the data for yourself and cut against the grain? And I chose to do the latter," unquote, he told David Sack, the outspoken venture capitalist moderating the conversation. Musk has used Twitter Spaces before as a way to directly reach his 140 million followers and avoid going through outside media. However, his Twitter Spaces have drawn tens of thousands of listeners in the past. Have been known to shut down suddenly due to technical glitches. Ever since Musk bought Twitter last October, he's laid off nearly 2/3 of the employees, including large swaths of engineering staff, leading to shutdowns and regular technical problems on the platform. Wednesday's Twitter Spaces marks the first time the audio-only feature on the platform has been used for a presidential launch. Spaces first publicly launched in May 2021 and mimicked the audio-only app Clubhouse that launched in April 2020, but has faced a shrinking user base in recent years. Sachs called the event the biggest room that's probably ever been assembled online. The number of viewers fluctuated throughout the conversation, hitting at least 682,000 at one point, but holding mostly between 200,000 and 800,000 later on. DeSantis largely kept the conversation to his record as governor, talking points he's touted during de facto campaign events across the country. The 44-year-old former Congress member has made several trips to battleground and early voting states like Iowa and New Hampshire, and he's dabbled in international politics with stops in Japan, South Korea, Israel, and the United Kingdom. The conservative governor has repeatedly made headlines for pushing conservative legislation and for his war against quote-unquote woke ideals, punctuated by his ongoing legal battle with Disney. But it's unclear whether he has the power to defeat the current Republican frontrunner, Trump. Polls show DeSantis lagging behind, well behind former president, though ahead of most other GOP hopes. DeSantis has mostly refrained from direct attacks against Trump, opting for thinly veiled shots instead. As a New York grand jury weighed charges against Trump over his alleged role in a scheme to cover up extramarital affairs, DeSantis took a swipe at it, saying didn't know what goes into paying hush money to a porn star to secure silence over some type of alleged affair. And when Trump canceled a campaign stop in Iowa, DeSantis swooped in, visiting a bar in the town where his soon-to-be GOP rival no-showed. All right, that's that article right there. So, we got a microcosm of what I believe DeSantis' future holds as far as this particular campaign run. DeSantis, even with his conservative mindset, has done things impulsively to the tune of trying to solidify an ideology. And I think right now, as conservatism evolves, and Trump understands that, it's a shot in the dark. You know what I'm saying? You can't impulsively do stuff thinking that it's going to try to bolster whatever claim that you're trying to make, especially when it comes to this woke stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, to me, when it comes to like Republicans trying to attack what they think is woke, to me that's a reactionary method. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it's needed. You know, like it's things that happen. Like if I go back to last year, right? I remember when they called it the constitutional sweep, when all these states, including Georgia, when all these states was going constitutional carry, and the Democrats were saying, yeah, that they're reacting to the Democratic push. No, they didn't have nothing to do with it. They was reacting to people understanding what constitutionality was as opposed to their rights in the country. And a lot of Republicans, they followed suit. If I'm not mistaken, Florida was the last to do it. Matter of fact, I don't even think Florida is fully constitutional carry. I'm gonna have to look that up while you talk.
Right.
But yeah, you do stuff that's reactionary based off of ideology that you're trying to push, but you don't even understand that a lot of the stuff that you do is in direct opposition to your constituents in your own state.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not rocking with DeSantis. DeSantis is a sucker at the end of the day. You know, he don't even got the balls. You running against Trump. That's what it is. You nominate you you put yourself in the race. That means at that point it's time to take shots. You scared to do that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. You was about to say something. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna say this. You know, I'm gonna say this because I see and I agree where you're going with this, but you got to realize the reality of his numbers and him trying to keep things cool because he wants to be Trump's VP. That's in the pocket, bro. That's in the pocket because you got to look at whoever his advisors are. They're looking at the numbers. He's looking at the numbers. We got to be realistic about this thing. He's way behind. So he can't do too much damage. He can't attack Trump too much. He got to kind of stay on his heels just a little bit, but not apply too much pressure. You know what I'm saying? Because he's looking at, damn, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know, Trump can give me a position, you know what I'm saying? So you got to look at that too. So maybe people are telling him, look, man, maybe throw softballs, but don't apply it too because Trump, he's projected to win this thing. You know what I'm saying? And DeSantis, like you just said, he has a long shot, MD. So why come out swinging when it's like, I mean, it's like you walking outside your damn truck and a gnat coming at you. You just gonna, you know what I'm saying? So why not let the mosquito just kind of, you open up the door, the mosquito just kind of sneak in, wait till you go to sleep and then bite you. You know what I'm saying? So
All right,
it's
so
like,
That's cool. I understand what you're saying. 2 points. So Florida was the last to implement constitutional carry, as opposed to the state that would push. He did it in April of this year. So he was the last to do so.
Right.
Another point. You and me both watched the video, Black Son.
Yeah.
That interview that he did. They asked him, "Would you take Ron DeSantis?" They asked Trump, "Would you take Ron DeSantis as a VP candidate?" What did Trump say?
Trump said no.
Well, there you go.
I mean, he said no, but look at, do you remember Barack Obama and Hillary?
Hillary never was a VP. Yes, she was. Yeah, damn. What? No, what?
No. She was no. It was.
Oh, she was Secretary of State.
Secretary of State, but
yeah, she was Secretary of State.
Yeah, but remember, she's the one. Everybody think it was Trump. No, Hillary Clinton was the one that said Barack Obama came from Kenya and he's not an American citizen. That was Hillary Clinton. If you're listening, that wasn't Trump. That was Hillary Clinton. And so people were trying to tell him.
You just said that for E. You're gonna have to receipt. You're gonna have to stamp that receipt, man.
Okay, I'm gonna stamp the receipt. God damn, you gonna make damn.
No, hey, not for me, for E. Like,
but
you ain't gotta do it.
Got you.
You ain't gotta do it right now. You ain't gotta do it right now.
I got you, E. I got you. You know,
you just pulled the back sitting line is what you did.
Okay,
that's what you did.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
You know I got you. You know I got you, E. You know I got you. So yeah, he said no, but I didn't believe that. He said no, but I didn't believe that.
She talking about Trump. She talking about Trump. Trump saying no to Ron DeSantis.
Oh, I mean that actually GTL got a good point. I mean, it could be for sure. Now, even though Trump said no, I mean, that's not like he got the numbers to do it, but I mean, at the end of the day, Trump is a negotiator. Remember when him and Kim Jong-un were going back and forth calling each other fat and, you know, Rocket Man and all that. And then they became friends and shit. You know what I'm saying? So Trump is a guy you can sit down and negotiate with. That's why I said, man, he's the guy that, as far as foreign policy, I ain't just saying that because I'm a MAGA guy. The guy has proved, he's showing proved. He's showing proof that goddamn he didn't start no wars. He can sit down with the goddamn, because Kim Jong-un was the boogeyman at the time and sat down with him. You know what I'm saying? So who's to say that, you know, you say, okay, DeSantis, let's talk. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you know, but that's all on DeSantis. I mean, even though Trump said no, Trump could change his mind. He's not an irrational dude.
Well, we'll see how that goes. But
I mean, yeah.
Definitely in the definitely in, like I said, me personally, I don't think that I'll be voting in the Republican presidential primary. I'll be voting in the Democrat primary.
Right.
That's for personal reasons of mine. Right. But when it comes to what I feel about the Republican primary, DeSantis ain't got no chance. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
I totally agree.
He's shitting in a hole and expecting roses to grow. Like it ain't happening, bro.
Right.
It ain't happening.
I'm in agreement, man. Like I said, I think his handlers and his advisors, they just they really don't like. I think there's a lot of pressure.
I'm glad you said that. Who is his handlers? Who do you think DeSantis handlers are? It should be obvious.
Bush.
Well, no, I'm talking generally. I ain't know.
Oh, well, enlighten us.
The GOP. The GOP.
There you go. Yeah, GOP. Right. But
so what does that say about? So we're looking at the front polls as opposed to his approval rating right now.
Right.
It's bad compared to Trump. What does that say about the GOP?
The GOP they're outdated. They're not in touch.
There you go.
They're not in touch.
There you go.
It just, I mean, that's why I said the handlers or advisors or whoever's in his ear, they're not in touch. He's not in touch. It's the blind leading the blind. You know what I'm saying? They see the numbers. It's a stretch. It's a long stretch. It's like me and my damn 69 Chevy and you and your 79 Pinto. It's no catching up, bro. It's no catching up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
got the V8. I got the blown out V8. You got the 4-cylinder. I've been unto golf, bro. It's no catching up. So the best thing he could do is humble himself and try to figure out a plan to talk to Trump so he can maybe get some employment under Trump's administration.
Some employment.
Some employment, bro.
Can you hook a brother up with a job?
That's basically.
But I'm glad you said that too, though. So and I'm not reporting on it because it literally just came out. I believe it was last night or something. Okay. So apparently, and if I remember it, I'll catch it for next week on the ring this week. Apparently, DeSantis is trying to sign into law in Florida where he can fit because it's some type of loophole in Florida. Well, not a loophole. It's some type of constriction in Florida where he would have to forfeit his position as governor if he gets the presidential not the presidential nomination, but
if he runs
if he wins the primary. Basically, if he becomes a Republican candidate, let's say hypothetically, if DeSantis beats Trump and becomes a Republican candidate for the presidency, he then would have to relinquish his government position. Whereas usually in a lot of other states, until you win the presidency, then you relinquish your government position. In Florida, it's a statute in their constitution where if you become the Republican or it don't matter what party, if you become the main candidate of the presidency, you then have to relinquish. So let's say hypothetically, if he beat Trump, he would then have to relinquish his position as governor.
Right.
Then if you turn around and lose to Joe Biden, then you out of a job.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're unemployed.
So what he's trying to do is he's trying to sign into law where you don't relinquish your right until the end of the campaign.
Oh, he's trying to do that. I just said this, boy. But
so he's trying to have a security blanket.
Yeah.
So he'll still have a job.
Yeah, job security. I
mean,
I get it, man. It's not a good look, but I get it. Not a good look doing it, but I get it, bro. You know.
So yeah, with that, man, yeah, we can move on to the to the Arena Abroad article, man. It's running slow on my end. I think that's because I got this background.
Oh, okay. I mean, it looked good on my end, but okay. I mean,
it's choppy on my end. I think it's because of the background.
Okay.
But I'm gonna keep working with it until it get on my nerves.
For sure. Okay, let me jump into it. Boom. Okay, so we got let me blow this thing up.
Yeah, make it full screen. You can take us off till you finish.
Okay, full screen. Okay, so
oh damn. That was me, my bad. That was me, my bad.
That's US frustrated. Okay, here we go. Okay, do I need to blow it up some more?
Nah, that's good.
Oh, that's good. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is RT. This is a very interesting article that I came across on RT. It says US frustrated over Ukrainian attack in Russia. Now, let me be specific because there's been a lot of attacks on Russia. This is actually something that me and MD we're talking about the drone. Again, there's been several attacks in Russia. So let me be specific. On RT, this is the drone attack in Russia that was, I want to say about 2 weeks ago. And let's get to it. It says the White House has been pretty darn clear with Kiev about the use of U.S. supplied weapons, John Kirby has said. Okay, John Kirby. Washington again dismissed visual proof of U.S. supplied equipment used in Ukraine this week's attack by Ukrainian militants in Russia, Belgorod regions as unconfirmed reports, but admitted the images required further investigation. Joe Biden administration, however, has apparently acknowledged concern that Kiev might have broken its alleged pledge not to use American weaponry outside its territory. Let me pause right there. So basically they're saying, y'all dumb motherfuckers, don't use our shit and make it obvious. Can I get an amen, MB?
Yeah, pretty much, man. Pretty much.
Hey, yeah, don't use our shit, but let's keep moving. Let's keep it moving, bro. I had to clown a little bit. I got to clown, bro. Okay, White House National Security Council spokesman John Kirby spoke of frustration over the attack during a press briefing on Wednesday. U.S. media outlet Politico reported. He noted that the administration is looking into the footage indicating the U.S. supplied equipment could have been involved in a deadly raid in the Belgorod district of Gravanov. We've been pretty darn clear that we don't support the U.S. We don't support the use of U.S.-made equipment for attacks inside Russia, Kirby told reporters. We've been clear about that with the Ukrainians. I won't get into private discussions that we're having with them, but I think we've been nothing but consistent about our concerns in that regard. Kirby's comments came one day after the U.S. State Department and Pentagon officials tried to cast doubt on photos and video footage clearly showing that the militants used American gear, including Humvees and Max Pro MRAP armored fighting vehicles. State Department spokesman Matthew Miller called the evidence fuzzy picture and told reporters the U.S. administration is skeptical of their veracity. The high-quality image, including footage released by the Russian Defense Ministry, showed multiple damaged and abandoned U.S. vehicles. The military said dozens of saboteurs were killed in the counter-terrorism operation, while some were pushed back into the territory of Ukraine. Kyiv has attempted to disavow the raid by claiming it was carried out by so-called Freedom of Russian Legion and Russian Volunteer Corps, RDK, neo-Nazi units. The Kremlin responded that it was a distinction without a difference, as the militants fought in the Ukrainian military using equipment provided by the West. The Pentagon also said the U.S. hadn't approved any transfers of equipment to paramilitary organizations outside the Ukrainian armed forces. U.S. President Joe Biden has tried to lead an international sanction campaign against Russia and provide billions of dollars worth of military aid to Ukraine without triggering a direct war with Russia. U.S. officials always claim that the ground rules prohibiting the use of U.S.-made equipment outside Ukrainian territory are part of that effort, seeking to distance Washington from any incursions on Russian soil. Okay, y'all remember that. During a press briefing on Sunday, White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said Washington is going to proceed in a way that avoids World War III, that precepts has remained intact. However, Russian officials consider the U.S. to be a direct party of the Ukraine conflict as it provides increasingly advanced weaponry to Kyiv. Earlier this month, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov accused Washington of facilitating Kyiv terrorist attacks in Russia, including a Moscow drone strike alleged to be Ukrainian attempt to assassinate Russian President Vladimir Putin. And yep, that's that article. So let's go back. Yeah, so they're making it clear. This thing, they're making it clear. Do not use U.S. military equipment inside of Russia. So somebody's not following orders, or somebody's just selling shit on the side. I don't know. I mean, there's so many.
Or somebody giving it away.
Damn, that's even a worse look, MD. At least get some money for it. God damn, at least get some money for it, bro. You mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The the most interesting take that I get out of everything. Now, you just read from RT.
Yeah.
RT has pretty much been banned in the Western world, pretty much.
Yes.
Except for a few outlets that try to hold a position of First Amendment rights, right?
Right.
RT said, now I'm talking from perspective of somebody that's fully on board with Western media, right?
Yes, yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir.
RT has said that the RDK are a neo-Nazi organization, correct?
Yes.
Now, when I hear that and it's coming from RT, I'm coming from the perspective of a person that's fully on board with Western media. Take that into consideration. Now, when I hear that coming from RT, it is my instinctive position to automatically disassociate that argument and disavow it. It's fake news. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. Okay, hit it. Hit it, MD.
Me and you talked just a couple days ago when this happened, right?
Right.
We saw on CNN, the lady on CNN said the RDK are a neo-Nazi organization. Now, with that being said, how, as a American citizen that's apple pie, whatever CNN or Fox News say is true, how am I supposed to take any position of any type of freedom force when they outright saying on both sides that the RDK, the Russian defense, this Russian defense force, is a neo-Nazi organization? Now, then I start to put pieces together. I start to connect dots. all the while, people that I've been saying that's fake news have been saying that there are particular battalions in the Ukrainian forces that are also neo-Nazi. So,
Azov, yeah.
The Azovs, correct.
Azov, yeah.
How am I supposed to feel? how do I supposed to feel about defending the Ukrainians based off of what I just heard? I'm just asking the question.
That's a good question, MD. Hey,
that's the most interesting point I take out of that article.
You know, I hate E is falling back because maybe he could damn help answer the question. E, because never mind. I'm sorry. Let me stop. Y'all know I'm trolling right now. I just want to see, because E is quick. Little side note, I got to pick on E. He is quick to talk about goddamn American militias and white supremacist groups. How you feel about that, E? Your tax dollars going to neo-Nazis. I'm just, go ahead, E. I'm sorry. I just had to.
that don't like your black ass either. As mine. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it real. Keeping it real.
Man. Oh, man, this is too funny. But so how do you feel about America saying, man, stop using our shit? Well, you can't. Can you really get mad at them? Because all they got is our shit. They ain't got their own shit.
Well, I think they feel some type of way about it because honestly, I don't think that the United States knew about this. Now, I pretty much they knew about its formation because they just formed last year. I don't think they knew about the Ukrainian involvement is what I'm saying.
Right. Well, okay.
So they're giving this stuff away to Ukraine, and now Ukraine is basically in lockstep with these quote unquote rebel forces.
Right.
So in my eyes, I'm looking at it like Ukraine is saying, hey, look, we just got all this shit from the United States. Here, take some of this. Oh, you say you going where? You going to Belgorod? Here, take this stuff with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I think. That's how I'm looking at it.
Right. That's a good analysis. Yeah, that's a good analysis.
You know what I mean?
Alan's like,
here, I got you. I got what you need. You need M4 platform. I got you. You need MRAP vehicle. I got you. You need a Humvee. I got you. You need a fucking helicopter. I got you. You know what I'm saying? We saw the helicopter. Like this me and Blackson. You saw the helicopter flying low. It was all black, no markings on the damn helicopter.
Yep.
What type of helicopter is that?
That's feds. In the hood, we call that the feds.
You know what I'm saying? We saw it. We saw the footage of the vehicles. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Like that shit ain't just laying around somewhere where you could just jump in it like Grand Theft Auto. You know, it ain't. I don't think we playing like that. You know what I'm saying? So obviously it came from somewhere.
We talked about that when we talked about the Sudan too. You just don't hop in the steal a damn jet. Yeah, you're right. We just talked about that, but not a month.
Yeah, you hop in the jet, you do a U-turn. Yeah, that's what they did, man. I ain't going for that. I ain't going for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where we at with it.
Yeah. Oh, they already did that, E. They already sold it. That's what he was saying. He sold it or they then gave it away. So that, yeah, you're right. But yeah, they done already.
Me personally, I think they gave it away because those particular rebel groups are working in lockstep with the Ukrainian forces. They're essentially an extension of the Ukrainian forces. You know what I mean? That's my opinion.
Right.
You know what I mean? Those ain't mercenary. That ain't Wagner. You know what I'm saying? Wagner gonna ask for the money. That's not Wagner. Those are people that are trying to overthrow Russia. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about Ukraine and the RDK and Freedom, the Freedom, whatever they call it.
Freedom Rebel something. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This ain't about. I don't think this is about money. This is about the overtaking of the government. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hell, they already done put Putin on the kill list. You know, like this is about that. This is about westernizing that region.
Right.
You know, this is what this is about. By any means. Peace, E. What's up, man?
Peace. Hey man, you had me over here crying, laughing. You say you can't get into a jet and make a U-turn. You can't.
They do it. Not how that dude did it in the Sudan. He was in the air driving that thing like a cutlass. I was like, damn.
Right.
How you doing? You turning?
Look. Just for your normal person, any citizen, just go the next time you go to the airport and just look at a 747 and see, or just a regular, you know what I'm saying? A small Cessna jet. Man, you got to have training to do those certain things, and it go back to the pipeline situation as well. That's how you know certain groups didn't have situations, but that's a whole nother story. I don't want to bring that up. That's a whole nother story. But you know, it's only certain groups that can do those certain things that they've been trained by certain, countries.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. That's like I said. We talking about a rebel group now, E. Now
Yeah.
this rebel group, we talking about a foreign platform. The AR platform is a foreign platform to these people. They got U.S. troops over there in Moldova and Western Ukraine right now training Ukrainian soldiers how to use an M4 platform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All they know over there is Kalashnikov. Period. They don't know shit about no AR platform or no M4 platform.
And
They got U.S. troops over there training them soldiers. Now, then you got a supposed rebel group coming over there with all that shit, just out the blue. You mean to tell like that? They know. Just all of a sudden, just give it to me. I'll figure it out. We just point and shoot. You know what I'm saying? No, bro. No, I'm not going for that.
We just gonna jump in it like it's a deuce and a quarter. We just gonna jump in it.
Just jump in and hop and start sliding and gliding. That's all. You know what I'm saying? No, I ain't going for that, man. I'm not going for that, bro.
I'm not either.
I'm not going for that. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with, man. And like I said, eventually the intel is gonna come out, like the true intel. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come out and it's gonna expose a lot of people. Similar to the Benghazi situation with Hillary, how she got exposed on that. You know, everything was all well and good because we're looking at it in the eyes of American patriotism and fight for the right. But when shit started to get exposed, you start to see the slick-handedness by a lot of different groups, despite whether it's a foreign entity or your own damn country. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about the Libya?
Yeah, you remember Benghazi with how Hillary Clinton was the mastermind behind that shit. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of stuff that go on down there and right down there in Haiti. They got a lot to do with down there.
Yeah,
A lot of people
no
don't
doubt.
talk about it, but but that's like I say, that's another topic. I ain't trying to steal your thunder or
No,
nobody
it's
else.
all good. We about to move right into the next article here. We got 4 more articles left.
Okay.
Well, after this, 4 more articles left because we got 6 tonight. So all right, let me share my screen. So yeah, my shit moving slow because of this damn background. My bad. Hold on.
All right.
All right, let me know when you can
I can see it.
Okay, cool. All right, so we in AP now, Associated Press. So it says McCarthy says debt ceiling standoff, not my fault, as White House warns of economic risk. We're talking about the debt ceiling. Washington Associated Press, a defiant House Speaker Kevin McCarthy said Wednesday the debt ceiling standoff was not my fault, as he sent Republican negotiators to the White House to finish out talks, but warned the two sides need more time as they try to reach a budget deal with President Joe Biden. McCarthy said he remained optimistic they could reach an agreement before a deadline as soon as next week. When the Treasury Department could run out of cash to pay its bills, financial markets are teetering as Washington edges closer to a debt default crisis that would be unprecedented in modern times, sending shockwaves around the globe. Late in the day, Fitch Ratings Agency placed the United States AAA credit on ratings watch negative, warning of a possible downgrade because what it called the brinkmanship and political partisanship over lifting the debt ceiling. The White House blamed the Republicans, led by McCarthy, for risking a devastating default that would hit every single part of the country, as they demand extreme spending cuts that will hurt millions of Americans. We're not going to default, McCarthy, Republican out of California, assured. The Republican speaker said the negotiators made some progress at the White House. I want to work as hard as we can to not stop. Debt ceiling negotiations are locked on a classic problem that has divided and disrupted Washington before, particularly the last time Republicans used the borrowing limit as leverage to extract priorities a decade ago. Republicans want to roll back federal government spending, while Biden and other Democrats do not. From the White House, Press Secretary Karen Jean-Pierre decreed what the administration called a manufactured crisis. Now, I want you to pay attention to that in quotation mark. I'm going to say it again. Press Secretary Karen Jean-Pierre decreed what the administration called a manufactured crisis,
Wow.
set in motion by Republicans pushing extreme proposals that would hurt every single part of the country, whether you're in a red state or a blue state. Time is short to strike a deal. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said Wednesday that it seems almost certain that the United States will not make it past early June without defaulting. That would be catastrophic, as the government risks running out of cash to pay its bills as soon as June 1st. That is. Why are they coming up so slow?
I don't know. Wait a minute. Go down a little bit.
You see that too?
I still
See that too, right?
That's it.
yeah.
Yeah, June 1st. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, wait.
Okay, all right. Okay, we are seeing some stress. We are seeing some stress already in Treasury markets. Yellen said at a Wall Street Journal event. Failure to raise the nation's debt ceiling, now at 31 trillion, would risk a potentially chaotic federal default, almost certain to inflict economic turmoil at home and abroad. Anxious retirees and social service groups are among those making default contingency plans. While Biden has ruled out for now invoking the 14th Amendment to raise the debt ceiling on his own, Democrats in the White House announced they have all signed on to a legislative discharge process that will force a debt ceiling vote. But they need 5 Republicans to break with their party and tip the majority to set the plan forward. Sign the bill, Democrats yelled at the House on the House floor after Republican Majority Leader Steve Scalise, Republican Louisiana, announced lawmakers could keep plans to recess on Thursday, but could be called back for votes. Dragging into a third week, the negotiations over raising the nation's debt limit were never supposed to arrive at this point. The White House insisted early on it was unwilling to barter over the need to pay the nation's bill, demanding that Congress simply lift the ceiling, and it has done many times before. Pay attention to that too. Simply lift the ceiling as it has done many times before with no strings attached. The newly elected speaker visited Biden at the Oval Office in February, urging the president to come to the negotiating table on a budget package that would reduce spending on the nation's ballooning deficit in exchange for the vote to allow future debt. Cheered on by a hard-charging conservative House party majority that hoisted him to power, McCarthy was not swayed by a White House counteroffer to freeze spending instead. A freeze is not going to work, McCarthy said. We have to spend less than we spent last year. That is the starting point. Negotiations are focused on finding an agreement on a 2024 budget year limit. Republicans have said aside their demand to roll back spending to 2022 levels, but say that next year's government spending must be less than it is now. But the White House instead offered to freeze spending at current 2023 numbers. By sparring defense and some veterans accounts from reductions, the Republicans would shift the bulk of the spending reductions to other federal programs, an approach that breaks a tradition in Congress of budget cap parity. Agreement on that top line spending level is vital. It would enable McCarthy to deliver spending restraints for conservatives while not being so severe that it would chase off the Democratic votes that would be needed in the divided Congress to pass any bill. But what, if anything, Democrats would get if they agreed to deeper spending cuts than Biden's team has proposed is uncertain. McCarthy and his Republican negotiators said that the Democrats get is a debt ceiling increase, typically something both parties take responsibility for doing. The problem is not the White House. The problem is Kevin McCarthy and the extreme Republicans, said Representative Pramila Jayapal, Democrat, Washington, the chair of the Progressive Caucus. They are the ones holding this economy hostage. They are putting all these cuts on the American people. The White House has continued to argue that deficits can be reduced by ending tax breaks for wealthier households and some corporations. But McCarthy said he told the president at their February meeting that raising revenue from tax hikes is off the table. The negotiators are now also debating the duration of the 1% cap on annual spending growth going forward. The Republicans dropping their demand for a 10-year cap to 6 years, but the White House offering only 1 year for 2025. Republicans, however, are pushing additional priorities as the negotiators focus on the $100 billion plus difference between 2022 and 2023 spending plans as a place to cut. They want to beef up work, requirements for government aid to recipients of food stamps, cash assistance, and the Medicaid health care program that the Biden administration says will impact millions of people who depend on assistance. All sides have been eyeing the potential for the package to include a framework to ease federal regulations and speed energy project development. They are all but certain to claw back some $30 billion in unspent COVID-19 funds now that the pandemic emergency has officially been lifted. The White House has countered by keeping defense and non-defense spending flat next year. Pay attention to that, Black Son.
Yep.
Which would save $90 billion in the 2024 budget year and $1 trillion over 2 years and over 10 years.
10 years, yep.
McCarthy promised lawmakers he will abide by the rule to post any bill for 72 hours before voting, making any action doubtful until the weekend. Just days before the potential deadline, the Senate would also have to pass the package before it could go to Biden's desk to be signed. And yeah, there you got it.
Wow. That's a lot of information.
So, all right, what y'all think about that?
Go Percy? Shit.
No, I thought it was very strange that she would use that language. You know, like you said, when you look at the language just in there, I forgot the exact wording, but like she said, like this is almost like manufactured or whatever. But
Right.
I think
Well, that's why I want you to pay attention to it, because it is manufactured. Again, remember what we was talking about the other day? I think it was last week. The deficit myth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's made up. There is no debt ceiling. How can you have a debt ceiling when you're the one making the money?
Right. Just print more money.
Just print more money.
Yes.
Now the issue comes with putting that money within the spend to GDP ratio. That's where lies the issue, and that's where you have the problems between Democrats and Republicans. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The Republicans want to spend less money. Democrats want to spend more money. You know what I'm saying? Therein lies the problem, and you have to account for it in the total GDP. If you can't account for it in the total GDP within a certain amount of time, according to the Treasury, then you default.
Right.
Wait a minute. So
go ahead.
Say that one more time. You say that the Republicans, they don't care about spending
No.
money?
I said the Republicans want to spend less money. The Democrats want to spend more money.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah. That's what that's all I was saying. The Republicans want to spend less money based off of the spend to GDP ratio.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because that's what sets your market per se. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whereas the Democrats don't give a damn about the market in the sense of they want more political power based off that ideology, which I ain't got no problem with. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and then you already know the Democrats, they're going to be in as far as more social programs. So that's
no doubt.
It's always been a big problem throughout the United States. So you only really got this two-party system. So you always going to have this fight back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So,
when it comes to this particular topic, I really don't have a side because I understand both sides. You know what I mean? I understand the side of the Democrats when it comes to providing more social programs based off certain conditions of American people. You know what I'm saying? But I do also understand the Republican side where it goes. We have certain companies and conglomerates in this country that make this shit go round. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if they falter, it's a domino effect from there. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So what the Republicans see is the higher the bracket, the higher the tax cut. Which in essence I agree with.
And then they also
What is
they gonna
my
want
worth?
smaller.
Huh?
They also gonna want smaller government. They don't want those
Yeah,
controls. They
of
don't want
course,
those controls like the Democrats, want to put in place.
of course. Hey, guess what that's called?
Go ahead.
Individualism.
Uh-huh.
Individualism equals capitalism. Capitalism equals for profit. For profit equals self means of production. So if I provide a service and the whole goal of that particular service is to keep the market a certain way, and like I said, you can have your own ideology. I ain't saying I agree or disagree. I'm just telling you like it is. If I provide a service and my service is a major portion of the total market of the country,
You're right.
Republicans see it as I need to do what I need to do to make sure that this particular service, this particular corporation, this particular conglomerate maintains itself because it's vital to the economy of the country.
Yeah, I mean, you could take, one of the current examples is, and I told people this is how it bit Chicago a little bit in the back. You can look at just Walmart. I mean, that's your biggest supplier of goods. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
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 So what
If Walmart was in danger of bankruptcy right now, what do you think would happen?
yeah,
The government will swoop in.
Oh yeah.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And then that's why I was telling a couple of people I work with. I said, but you see all this crime that happens. You see why they don't want to deal in our communities. Why they want to go out and go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? It's all a domino effect. But you still need corporations like that to employ people, because the next thing is, oh, well, they leave and they won't employ our people and this and that. It's a domino effect.
Right. I mean, all we gotta do is look at 2008 with the housing crisis. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Obama swooped in
Absolutely.
and provided relief for those housing companies, for those brokerage companies and investment companies, to make sure that they stayed afloat, because they were vital to of creating a system in which American people could still get housing with low interest rate. You know what I'm saying? But that's a conundrum that we see ourselves in, based off of basically monopoly money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Very good points. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all ideological. It really ain't got nothing to do with the actual debt itself. You know what I'm saying? Because all you got to do is make more money. They've been doing that shit for decades. You know what I'm saying? We talk about a $1 trillion difference between last year and this year. What did they do in between that time? They made more money. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to continue to do that shit. And the quote unquote debt is going to continue to rise. Unless you control more of the market. The only way to control more of the market is to control the means of production. Now, to provide better quality of, what I ain't gonna say better quality, that's a bad word to use. To provide a cheaper abundance of goods, the U.S. outsourced a lot of the means of production via China. You know what I'm saying? And other stuff. What was to happen if we had more control? Right, yeah, hell, everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What was to happen if we were to control more of the main? Now when I say we, I'm talking about creating more businesses to provide these similar products in the country. I ain't talking about the government. That's socialism. I'm talking about us, the American people. If we controlled more of the means of production, the overall spend to GDP would lower, but at the same time, because of the quality of the good, the price of that particular good would go higher. But there's a caveat. with us controlling more of the means of production, you're also controlling more of the employment of American people. More people will begin to work. So it balances itself out. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Okay. Yeah, peace, Dembele. What's up? That was for you. Now he ain't in here.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, that's what's up with that though.
All right. Well,
and with that being said, yeah, we can move on to the next article.
Well, that allows me to segue into my thing, man. Since we talking finances, that's right on time, man. Goddamn, me and E, okay, MD. Okay, so let me share my screen. And it says, and this is also by RT. It says G7 is an outdated tool of the U.S. neo-empire. Washington has co-opted both winners and losers of World War II into defending Western domination around the globe. The summit of G7 nations took place in Hiroshima, Japan over the last weekend. Hiroshima is significant for a few reasons. First of all, it is known to the world as the location that the United States nuked, along with Nagasaki, at the end of World War II, which led to the surrender of the Empire of Japan and its country's transformation into a U.S. client state. Secondly, Japan is working to remilitarize itself in line with America's dual containment, effort against China and Russia. Thus, while Japan is chair of the G7 this year, the event was a rubber stamping of U.S.-centric geopolitical goals, which took aim at both countries, that being Russia and China. However, what might be said about G7 itself, founded as a Cold War era organization in 1975 and briefly incorporating the West's inspirations for post-Soviet Russia, the group professes to represent the world's most advanced industrial countries, but anyone could tell you this is an outdated category. Countries such as China and India, with economies larger than the most G7 members, are not part of the group. Rather, the character and agenda of the G7 is distinctly ideological, and its goal is to preserve a Western dominated concept of the world at all costs. It should not go unnoticed that the G7 is an effective aggregation of former empires that once dominated the world unchallenged, now held under the wings of servitude of the U.S. Remarkably, all three Axis powers of World War II, defeated by the Allies, are a part of this grouping. Although the respective fascist oriented regimes of Germany, Italy, and Japan were rightfully destroyed, these countries were all rebuilt as American client states following the World War and their prospective interests placed in the hands of Washington. Similarly, the Allied empires which emerged victorious, including France, Britain, and its imperial dominion, Canada, found the war had severely depleted their national resources and strength to the point they could no longer continue the global powers they had been. Let me scroll up here. Consequently, they surrendered their leadership baton to the U.S. and have ever since relied on following its lead to secure their interests around the world. In each instance, all of these countries held positions of privilege from their imperial eras, having colonized most of the globe, and Japan having militarily occupied much of Asia. These countries had made themselves tremendously wealthy. Britain, fabulous wealth, for one, is tailored directly to the exploitation of Africa and India. Colonial powers were strictly commercial in character, using ideologic as a justifying force of aggression. Upholding their economic interests to immense military power. This gave these countries privilege, which thus formed the distinction between the global north and the global south. Unable to carry their empires forward either by exhaustion or defeat, these uh, retrospective countries seek to sustain the unfair economic privilege they attain through compliance with the U.S., a neo empire, which is the inheritor of the international order they created. Thus, the G7, the aggregation of all these countries into the ideological grouping, is no coincidence. Their retrospective goal is to maintain their own economic privileges and to attempt to suppress changes in the international order that threaten their position, which in this case is the rise of the global South and China. On this note, the G7 buys into the US led goals of attempting to blockade China from making breakthroughs in high end technologies. It also wants to stop other countries from buying into Beijing's development model and to sustain a fundamental gulf in wealth between the global North and South. It wants to be the only group entitled to impose massive sanctions and embargoes on other countries and then decry China's defense of its interests as economic coercion. They also want to make sure that neither China nor Russia can challenge the West's historic military dominance. The U.S. has thus, in effect, co opted both the winners and losers of World War II, minus the USSR, into the grouping and used it to continue the same world they were vested in. However, one undeniable fact that is the world is changing in ways that are not favorable to the G7. They no longer have that decree of dominance, and their shape of global GDP is only going to shrink as the BRICS economic continues to grow and multipolarity emerges. Their own little exclusive club is hardly in a position to try to dictate the flow of global economy. This little club wants to remain rich while stopping everyone else from enriching themselves as well. It isn't going to work. Woo, powerful, powerful.
Yeah, what was that article off of? Off what?
SRT.
Yeah, because your screen wasn't up the whole time.
Oh shit, y'all, damn.
No, it's all good. It's all good 'cause I know it's a long article. I just wanted to know where it was
Yeah,
off
that was.
of.
Yeah, I thought I was sharing the screen. What the hell? This thing. Oh damn. Oh damn. Okay, so let me. Y'all can see it now. Huh? I didn't even damn y'all. Damn, I didn't even know I wasn't sharing it, bro. But yeah, that's RT. G7 is an outdated tool of the neo empire. So yeah, man. I that article, it popped right up, man. I said, oh, I got to read this. I got to read this, man. So what's y'all take on that? Xi Jinping, man, making moves.
I mean, I can understand. I understand it from both sides. I agree with it and I disagree with it. I agree with it based off of what's happening right now. You know what I'm saying? As far as with bricks and you know that stuff that's going on.
That's right.
I disagree with it in the terms of still not having that diplomatic tie to make sure that you're maintaining whatever economic system that you have right now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like it's gonna switch overnight. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Now,
it ain't gonna switch overnight, but I mean, in the article it was saying how America basically calling the shots. So now you got these countries like China and Russia, they want to call their own shots now. So I mean,
well,
that's
that's
why
the part. That's why I said I agree with. That's why I was talking
okay.
about brick.
Okay.
But for the time being, yeah, U.S. do call the shots. You know what I'm saying? The U.S. calls the shots based off of the current fiat temperature of the world.
So then I gotta
You know what
ask
I'm
you a
saying?
question. I got to ask you a question. America calls the shots, right?
Yeah.
So did the embargoes go as planned as far as embargoing Russia and Iran, as far as their economies, shutting down their economies? Or crippling their economy?
That's the BRICS is the result of that. So
Right.
I mean, you're making my point. You know what I'm saying?
How am I making a point?
You're making my point because the result is BRICS.
Right.
The result, what effect does BRICS have on the world economy right now?
I mean, what it's allowing, and you know, I know we're gonna get into Turkey and we're gonna get into what's that other country? Turkey and goddamn Belarus. Eventually, we're gonna get into that, but that allows a country not to fear sanctions from the EU or America and have an alternative. If you ain't got no alternative, then you're at the mercy of the US and the EU. But by BRICS, I see what you're saying. It's like,
you're not answering the question either. What effect does BRICS have on the world economy right now?
Right now
at 7:04. Well, it's what is it? 9:00 9:04 y'all time.
Okay, to answer your question, like you said, it's not going to be overnight. So right now, it's not going to be an overnight thing, but eventually, you're looking at something that's a buildup. So not right now, but in long term. So I see what you're saying. Right? You saying I see your point.
Yeah, that's why I said I agree and disagree.
Right.
I agree because it's it's BRICS is showing you that there's an alternative when it comes to a larger scale economy within a certain part of the world. I totally agree with that.
Right.
I disagree with it with the countries that are participating in G7s and G18s and stuff like that. They still have to diplomatically deal with the overall power, which is the U.S. based off the fiat model. You know what I'm saying? You still got to deal with it. Either way it goes. You know.
If you put sanctions on them, then how you gonna deal with them if you cut them off with sanctions? How you dealing?
Who at the G7 got sanctions on?
Well, not at the G7, but I mean, like I said, you got. I mean, in the article it said that you got some major powers that weren't there: Russia, China, and BRICS. Basically, everybody in BRICS.
That's the part I agree with.
Okay,
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say India, countries like that.
Yeah, no doubt. Again, I don't.
In fact,
disagree.
MD, it gets to the point to where now the U.S. is invested in the elections of Turkey and the elections of Belarus. Well, I think it's going to do a coup d'etat in Belarus because if you shift that power, not only to like we talked about earlier, it's surrounding Russia, but you're talking about an economical, like, what's his name? Turkey. I keep forgetting his goddamn name.
The president. What's his name? Erdogan.
Yeah, they're talking about Erdogan.
Yeah,
he's peeking over the BRICS right now, and so that's why they're trying to send a guy allegedly over there to goddamn beat them in the polls so they can run back to the goddamn EU and make sure their position in the EU is solidified, and make sure they don't, because that's not going to be a good look if Turkey turns around, Erdogan gets, let's just say hypothetically get elected, and he leaves the goddamn EU, that's gonna be a domino. That's gonna be a domino. That's not gonna be that's gonna be a big hit to the EU. That's gonna be a major shift. Huh?
I said I totally agree.
Yeah, just symbolically.
Right? Yeah. But that ain't, you know what I mean? Again, that doesn't have anything to do with the current economic model. Though these people still have to, these people, or these countries rather, these countries still have to deal with the current economic model. And
No, of course they got to still deal with the economical model, but again, if you set up an alternative, that alternative becomes a threat as opposed to not having no alternative. You having an alternative allow other nations to look at those alternatives too. And that's
okay. All right.
Okay.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying. Let me broaden, not broad. Let me pinpoint what we're saying here.
Okay, no problem.
According to the stuff that we've researched, BRICS is trying to create an economic model based off of what? Gold, right?
Yeah, gold. Yeah, gold standard.
Okay. All right. Cool. How much gold does Canada have?
I don't know.
I'll tell you right now. I just looked it up.
Okay.
I'm looking at the gold reserves for every country in the world.
Okay.
Currently, right now, Canada sits at pretty much the bottom. They have 0 reserves in gold.
Okay.
How does a BRICS economic model benefit a company like Canada? It doesn't, because they don't got no gold.
Right. Absolutely.
Here's another company. I mean, here's another country. Cameroon 0 gold. Nicaragua 0 gold.
Okay.
Azerbaijan 0 gold. Armenia 0 gold. Let's go to a mainstream country. Let me see the first mainstream country here.
Brazil.
Yeah, I think they. Trying to get to like a not like a superpower, but a pretty big country.
Yeah.
Ireland.
Okay.
Only has 12.04. It's that weird. It ain't tons, but it's the other type of ton. I forget how they measure. It's like TONNE, some shit like that. It ain't the regular ton. It's a different measure, but it's real low.
Okay.
Ireland got low gold reserve. Bangladesh, of all countries, low gold reserve. Nigeria, this you eat low gold reserve, 21.37. That ain't gonna cut it. Now let's go up. Hell, here go Ukraine, 27. That ain't good enough. Hell, even a rich ass country like UAE only got 74. That ain't good enough. Now let's get up here to the big boy. And this goes into BRICS. China, 2,068. That's BRICS. Russia,
Right.
2327. Another BRICS country, India, 1795. There's a reason that they're doing what they're doing, because it benefits them.
Right.
That's all I was really saying.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The countries that are in BRICS, they in BRICS for a reason, because ultimately it's going to benefit them as regards to their economic model.
Right.
So when we look at it from that, what's up?
No, I was saying you cooking. No, you cooking, bro. You cooking.
So again, when we talk about the economic model for BRICS, it's specifically there for BRICS. I don't disagree with that at all. What I'm saying is the economic model for BRICS does not benefit these particular countries that are involving themselves diplomatically with the current fiat that's not based off of a standard, it's based off of a market.
Right.
The market is capitalism. Capitalism is the industry. Industry is individual means of production. So of course they gonna go with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that don't mean that they can't change. BRICS can effectively change the world economy, but they're gonna have to do it through a means of making sure that everybody has the standard in order to wheel and deal with that particular currency.
Right.
So that's why I said I both agree and disagree.
Good point. Good point. Good point.
But that's what we got on that though.
Yeah,
Anybody got anything else?
no, I would have to agree.
All right, cool. Let's go into the next article. I don't know why my shit is like, I don't know what's going on. It's choppy on my end, man. I think it's because of my Wi-Fi. I think my Wi-Fi is finna get ready to run out.
Oh shit. Okay.
But no, it's all good. We'll get through it. Let me know when you see my screen.
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I can see it.
My audio been good, right? I ain't chopping up, man.
Yeah, the audio's straight.
Okay.
I mean, everything's straight on this end, but yeah.
Yeah. It's like the video real choppy. Like even when I go to websites, it's choppy as hell. I don't know
Well,
why.
when you play it back, you'll see everything's clear on this end, man. Once it'll play back good, bro. You sound good on this end, so it might be just your end on your connection, but you sounding good on this end.
All right, so yeah, this is my last article. This is from Al Jazeera once again. Saying Target to remove LGBTQ merchandise following threats to workers. The decision comes as the rights of LGBTQ people in the U.S. have been targeted, no pun intended, by conservative lawmakers. See, look at like how it's coming up weird.
Yeah.
All right, the retail chain Target has announced that it will withdraw some LGBTQ merchandise from its stores across the United States ahead of Pride Month, following violent threats against its employees. In a statement on Monday, the company said that it was removing certain items, although it did not specify which one. In recent weeks, however, conservative groups have expressed outrage over the presence of bathing suits for transgender women at the store. I don't know.
As he say, "Oh hell no!"
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait, I got to stop right there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Despite whether you transgender or not, men have penises and women have vagina, correct?
Right.
So what particular bathing suit are they making the bed? Like, I'm trying to figure out how would they. I can't even explain the shit. How were they manufacturing these bathing suits for trans? What does that mean? Are they saying if you're a transgender woman, they'll make you a bathing suit like like the girls sometimes they like the onesie bathing suit. Are they putting like extra room in the crotch area so if you still got your meat?
Yeah, just like what they? Yeah, it's like a parachute. It's a parachute. It's a parachute feature, just in case, you know what I'm saying? Just in case it drop out, you gotta have a parachute.
You come up out the pool and you sack to the side of your bathing suit.
Right.
To give you that extra space so that don't happen.
Yeah. It'll catch it, you know what I'm saying?
I can't do this one, bro.
As he would say, "Oh hell no."
Oh shit, man. Damn, this was a bad idea, man. This was a bad. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to get to it.
This may have been a bad one. Oh hell no!
All right, let me start from the top. Let me get prepared. Let me get serious, man. Y'all tripping. Hold on. In recent weeks, however, conservative groups have expressed outrage over the presence of bathing suits for transgender women at the store, with some social media users falsely claiming the swimsuits were for children. What the hell?
What the hell?
My bad. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
What the hell?
Items from the London-based brand Pralin, I don't know, Pralin, also attracted scrutiny for what critics have denounced as Satanist themes. Good Lord. Damn. What the hell is going on? Since introducing this year's collection, we've experienced threats impacting our team members' sense of safety and well-being while at work. The statement from Target read, given these volatile circumstances, we are making adjustments to our plans, including removing items that have been at the center of the most significant confrontational behavior. The decision came amid a wave of legislation in Republican-led states rolling back the rights of transgender residents and other members of the LGBTQ community through bills limiting healthcare options, representation in the education system, and drag performances. Wow. Yeah, this is old shit. Proponents of these bills have often used discriminatory rhetoric that depicts gay or transgender people as targeting children. According to the American Civil Liberties Union, the ACLU, nearly 500 anti-LGBTQ rights bills have gone before state legislatures across the country since the beginning of the year. Many of these laws have taken aim at the ability of transgender people to identify themselves with their preferred pronouns, access gender affirming care, speak openly about their identity, and utilize facilities such as toilets based on their gender identity. The LGBTQ rights group GLAAD, GLAAD, also reported that more than 160 drag shows across the country have been met with protests or significant threats since early 2022, some involving armed members of far-right groups such as the Proud Boys. That it? I hope that's it. Oh shit, it's more. The Associated Press reported that some Target stores,
this is sad, man.
some Target stores have moved LGBTQ merchandise from displays in the front to areas where they are less visible, following the harassment of workers. Now, what the hell the people at the store got to do? Oh, never mind. The store's decision met celebration from anti-LGBTQ rights activists, some of whom previously campaigned against the beer brand Bud Light for using transgender comedian Dylan Mulvaney as a social media spokesperson. The goal is to make pride toxic for brands. Writer Matt Walsh, who was active in the effort to pressure Target, wrote on Twitter, "If they decide to shove this garbage in our face, they should know that they'll pay a price. It won't be worth whatever they think they'll gain. First Bud Light and now Target." Okay, that's it. So the reason I chose this article, it was to show two. It was to show two things. It was first of all to show the I don't want to say over aggression, but the misdirection of certain conservative rights and how a lot of people misuse them. What the hell do the people that work at the store got to do with what Target sells? So I'm just working at the store and you threaten to beat my ass because I put up the transgender swimsuit up in the display. Hell, I'm just doing my job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? On the other hand, it shows how restraint works via capitalism. So remember the Bud Light thing.
Yeah.
Bud Light, I ain't got no issue with how that Bud Light thing went. They put the tranny on the can of the Bud Light. Folks said the hell with Bud Light. They stopped buying it. And now Bud Light is facing the consequences.
Yep.
That's expressing your individual consumer right. I ain't got no problem with that. Target, same thing. You put the transgender swimsuit in the store, I got the right to say, let me do a 180, go out and take my ass to Walmart. You know what I'm saying? I got that every right. You don't got no right to threaten the person in the red shirt at Target because he's doing his job or he or she doing their job, putting the display up in the damn store. And this is where you get a lot of the backlash when it comes to, and we talked about this only a few days ago, far right extremists. Remember what I told you extremists was
Right.
Blackson.
Yep.
It's the ideology in action.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I mean by extremists. These folks that did that shit are extremists. You don't have to express your ideology in that fashion. All you got to do is simply don't buy the shit. You know what I'm saying? And the people that sell it will get the point. It's simple.
Oh boy.
Go ahead, E.
Man.
Go
Yes, man.
ahead, E, man. What's your thoughts on that?
My kids, man. I'm so glad my kids is out of school now, man. Man, it's a hell of a
It's
time to
bad,
listen.
bro.
It's a
You're
hell of
right.
a
You're
time.
right.
Dang.
Right. You got to worry about.
You know, we could put bipartisanship to the side, and we could laugh and joke on different things. But come on, man. Come on. I mean, let's be serious. What are we talking about? Like,
We
if
talking
we
about
trying
we
to,
talk, we talking about swim bathing suits with extra room at the bottom of them. That's what we talking about.
like, I hear what you said, but I'm just saying, with people acting like, all of a sudden they done became like dumb overnight. Like, what's considered this? And when you go into another bathroom, and do you know how dangerous that is, bro?
It's very dangerous. It's
That
very
shit
dangerous.
crazy.
Like I said, bro, what the Democrats want you to conform to some shit that legally you don't have to. Like that's the issue. Like when we talk about racism, right?
Right.
You can't legally make nobody not be racist. You can't do it. It's impossible. You can't legally make nobody be a Christian or an atheist or a Muslim. You can't do it. You can't make nobody conform to those ideals. In the
Right.
same way, you cannot make anybody conform to an ideology of a status of non-binary or transgender. Bro, at the end of the day, people got to live with people. Women have every right to be comfortable in their own areas or their own environments.
Right.
Same way as men go. If women aren't comfortable in this environment with a man, you could call it transgender all day. I don't give a damn what you call it. If those women are not comfortable in that environment, then at that point in time it becomes a situation that could be hell. If you really want to be real with it, criminally violent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I said. I mean,
That's
where
keeping it
where
real.
you draw the line? Yeah, let's keep it real.
You can't remember. The law says you can't discriminate on anybody based off their race, their religion, or their gender. Now, Supreme Court clearly defines gender. Clearly defines it. You can be transgender all day long, but guess what? You're gonna have to go in the bathroom with me and go to that goddamn stall and pee standing up just like I do. That's not gonna take away from your womanhood in any way.
Right.
You can stand right next to me and piss in the damn stall, and I ain't gonna bat an eye at you. It is what it is. I mean, that's the world we live in. You know what I'm saying? But I understand that you're not a woman, and you just pulled your dick out and pissed in the stall just like I did. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It is what it is. Now is that me conforming to gender identity? No, it's not. It's me understanding that you would like to be a woman, but legally you're a man. And you can live your life however you want to live.
That's what made it so dangerous too, with the sports situation in college, when they were saying some men was trying to go into volleyball and the softball. Man, can you imagine that?
Well, some of them did do it. Remember, you had the swimmer. You had that swimmer that was getting destroyed in on the men's side in collegiate swimming and transitioned to a woman, and now all of a sudden, he the top woman swimmer in the country.
But I'm saying this, MD, and Blackson. Think about this, right? Because I watch various sports, right? I've always been a sports guy. I was just watching some of the female college, they had to wear like a face guard, like when they pitch some of the pitchers. Can you imagine if a man or a guy, was just to switch over and say, well, I'm gonna play women's softball this year, man? You know how dangerous that'd be?
It'll be extremely dangerous. And also, it's unfair. It's unfair to the women that been busting their ass all year trying to get on the damn team. which at a disadvantage. I don't care how much you switch around and put makeup on, you still a man. You genetically, you're still superior to every woman on that damn field. So genetically, you are. Ain't nothing you can do to change it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's an issue. But for the sense of inclusion, or for the or under the facade of civil rights, we have this situation.
Gosh.
Martin Luther King rolling in his grave.
Rolling in his grave. Rolling in his grave.
You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that's what he meant. I don't think that's what he meant by civil rights. I don't think that was the idea.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? That's just me speculating.
Yeah.
That's why I say you ask anybody that knows anything about softball, women's softball in the United States. That's why they wear that headband around their face, because they're so close. Can you imagine a guy with our strength hitting that ball back at the pitcher, bro? You damn near kill one of them females out there.
Yeah.
Hell, I don't even think that's what James Baldwin meant by civil rights. And he was gay as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
You know what I mean? Like, just keeping it above.
Real talk.
James Baldwin knew, hey, look, I'm gay. I'm damn sweet as a marshmallow, in a damn cup of tea, right? But I understand what civil rights is as opposed to people in general. I understand what civil rights is as opposed to the equal rights of men and women constitutionally in the country. James Baldwin understood that shit. You can say whatever else you want to say about it. I don't think James Baldwin was fighting for his sexuality. He was fighting for the rights of black folks.
Right.
And that's why I said, I think we was talking about it the other night.
James Baldwin knew he could get in the car in the back seat with the white man in England like he was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He kept that shit to himself. And it ain't like it didn't nobody know, like he was trying to hide some shit. He wasn't trying to hide nothing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's done got out of hand, bro. It's done got out of hand based off of how the culture has evolved. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I mean, we're an over-sexualized country. Let's just keep it a buck. And as a result, it's done got to a point where genders have been skewed. As a result, that's just what it is. Anybody say that transgenderism it ain't the main priority, isn't over sexualization, they lying. I'm telling you that now. They lying.
Right.
That's all that shit is about.
But no, I was gonna say this, MD, because I got to finish eating. But no, I was gonna say, man, this is a great show, Blackson. A lot of good information out there. You know, I appreciate y'all having me up on the show.
No doubt, man. Hey, look, man. Hey, we gonna have to get together one of these days. We gonna have to get in the back chat, man, and get you right, man, so you can put a show together, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Get my slides and everything together. That's what's up.
I mean, you ain't necessarily got to have no slides. Just showing you how to just come up and like create a show and get in the show. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We'll get you right though, bro. We'll get you right, man.
Okay, I appreciate that then. Hey,
no
y'all
doubt,
brothers be smooth for the night, man. Y'all brothers be smooth.
All right.
No doubt.
Man, thank
All right then.
All righty, man. Last but not least, I guess, since we finished with that.
All right, let's get to it. Bam. So this is also by RT. Ukrainian attacks on Russia nuclear plant foiled. FSB. Russia Federal Security Service, FSB, has said it intercepted a Ukrainian sabotage group that was planning a terrorist operation on 2 nuclear power plants in the country ahead of May 9th, when the Soviet Union's victory over Nazi Germany is celebrated. The suspects were aiming to destroy more than 300 pylons bearing high voltage lines linked to the nuclear power plants, the FSB announced in a statement on Thursday. Before being detained, the Ukrainian agent were able to blow up one transmission tower and mine 4 others on power lines leading to the Leningrad nuclear plant near St. Petersburg, according to the statement. They also placed improvised explosion devices at pylons connected to the Kalinin nuclear plant in Kiev regions, 300 kilometers southwest of Moscow, it added. Ukrainian Foreign Intelligence Service, which, according to the FSB, was behind the plot, hoped that to sabotage would cause the shutdown of nuclear reactors, disruption of routine operations of the nuclear power plants, and delivery serious economic and reputational damage to Russia, the statement claimed. The FSB said 2 Ukrainian citizens were arrested, while another, who is believed to be in Belgium, was placed on the wanted list. The 3 men were allegedly recruited by Ukrainian intelligence in September last year and underwent training at camps in the Kiev and Nikolaevsk regions of Ukraine. They illegally crossed the into Russia in Pskov region from Belarus, which they had entered from Poland, the agency said. Russia operatives discovered a cache prepared by suspects containing 3.5 kilograms of C4 plastic explosives, 61 4-mate electric detonators, 38 electronic timers, and 2 Makarov pistols with ammunition, the statement read. The 2 Russian citizens were also detained on suspicions of providing means of communication and vehicles with fake license plates to the Ukrainian saboteurs, the FSB added. Okay, so I picked that article because the timing, it's just a lot of things happening in Russia. As earlier we talked about, the liberation group. Now we got these saboteurs, so trying to cause disruption. And like the U.S. said in the first article I said, and that's why I picked the first article, don't use our equipment. But they got a hold of some C4, and that's significance because there was C4 used on the pipeline. But I digress. But yeah, man, it's just the timing, man. And you're the one, MD, man, that shot the timing to me. When you was like, man, everything is timing. The timing's all weird. This is around the same time the other events happen also. So, yeah, that's what made me peek out that article. I was like, oh, this happened like not even a week from the other event.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It's funny to me that all these insurgents are just popping up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I find it hard pressed to believe that if that was the ideology of these particular people, this shit would have been, especially in Russia. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you would have thought like this stuff would have been popping up. As far as Russian citizens that are displeased with the Russian government,
right,
trying to jump something off. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Especially handling C4, man. That's everybody know how to. Yeah, I mean that's a special training. C4, man.
With electrical detonator. You know what I'm saying?
Like
I don't know if you ever seen. Basically, that have you ever seen like when they put on a fireworks show?
Yeah.
They don't use like just a flame to light the fireworks. They use those electrical lines.
That's right.
That way they can coordinate what go off. You know what I'm saying? And they use the electrical charge to actually light the damn firework. That's pretty much the same type of thing they're doing with the C4 charges, and they can do it underwater. Wink, wink. By the way.
Exactly. I'm glad you caught that.
Oh.
Shout out to Rio.
Yeah. Can't no regular person like do that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Shout out to Rio. Right.
Yeah. Ain't no regular person obtaining no shit like that first and foremost. Let alone having the wherewithal and able to charge up this particular explosive and do all that shit. Exactly. Obviously, these people are being trained by somebody.
Right, and I believe it's a school down in Panama that specifically trains people. I think 9 weeks. Shout out to Rio again, because I read about the training. I don't know if you remember the debate I had, but yeah, it talked about the frogmen and their training, and so regular maintenance men from Russia can't just come. No, these take special militarily trained people to come set C4 underwater. So yeah. Shout out to Rio.
Right. So yeah, man. Again, man, the timing is funny to me. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's all orchestrated, either to entice or to spark further conflict in the borders of Russia.
Right.
That's just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, brother. Yeah, and I'm gonna keep an eye out more because, like I said, man, they really, like I said, all this happening right after the fall of goddamn Bakhmut, and so now I know me and you to discuss, but I didn't bring an article, but you said they're gonna shift it north now because I guess, I mean. Oh, I forgot. Oh, there was another article I was going to read too. That they're pretty much fortified. Yeah, the Red Army is fortified. Actually, I gave you the wrong date. I said Prigozhin said he's going to leave by June 12th. No, they're leaving June 1st. They're leaving on the 1st.
They leave. Yeah, they leaving next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
A week from today. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well. We'll see what's gonna happen. Not to mention that yesterday, Ukraine attacked a Russian warship in the Black Sea that was guarding the Turk Stream pipeline. The Turk Stream pipeline.
Oh shit!
That goes directly to Turkey.
Right. Oh shit! So they fucking with the money. They fucking with the money. They fucking with the money. Because both Turkey, oh man, like I said, we gonna get back to that damn. I think they still having the runoffs, but we gonna come back to that MD. But again, Russia, Iran, and let's you can throw Turkey in there. Their economy has boosted since this whole Ukraine fiasco, and the EU, along with America. Our economy we're damn near out of recession. They're not calling a recession yet because Nature Mom keeps asking me, "Are y'all did they call a recession yet? Because y'all in a recession." I said, "No, they ain't called it yet." Shout out to Nature Mom. But Russia, they're yeah. So and that's why I brought that other article about G7 because even though it's all when people's economies are growing. They feel more emboldened to make their own moves and say screw G7 and but you made a very, very good point about the gold. I'm not arguing that, MD. I'm not arguing that, but I'm just saying that you have an alternative. Now, you might debate me and say, that alternative may not work. It may not be a good idea. It's not enough gold, but just for the fact that you have that alternative gives you enough confidence and gives you enough cojones to make moves. So and America don't want you making moves like that. Some may say that's why this whole world is all about is to drain Russia's economy, and now you have people feel a certain way, and now you got we got things happening inside, Mission Impossible inside of Russia now. We know we got people over here and freedom rebel groups and all that, man. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all keep trying. And I think MD told me, and I was laughing because me and MD, we live in Atlanta. They said there was the people in there, and there was only 5 deaths. Pookie and Ray Ray shoot up more people at the local liquor store. So I find out. I'm just saying. At the local Decatur skatering, more people get shot up on the weekend. So I don't know.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it's the I think this is the first time in my life where when a conflict erupts, you could clearly see the misinformation on both sides. I'm not gonna say Russia don't do the shit either, because they do. You know what I'm saying?
I clearly see it on both sides. Yeah, that's why I'm glad.
Yeah, this is the first time in my lifetime that I've clearly seen propaganda get displayed within the conflict. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, like shoot down hypersonic missiles. I still can't get over that shit.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It is.
But it's interesting to basically what we looking at. We basically, in layman's terms, we're watching a confederation of nations come together to oppose one another. That's what we watch. That's the same thing. The same thing that our great grandparents and our grandparents saw during World War II. We seeing that shit now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As far as like in the news, we seeing different countries position themselves. Essentially, you know what I'm saying? We watching it in real time.
Absolutely.
And that ain't to scare nobody. That's just keeping it real.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We watching that shit before our very eyes. It's interesting to see.
It is. Yeah, man. I've never seen so many incursions, like I said, in my lifetime in Russia, inside Russia borders, man, because anything that is a threat to Russian government, you end up in the Black Dolphin. So, but hey, somebody putting a battery in their back, America just don't want their U.S. equipment being used, and there you have it, y'all. So, but where else they gonna get the equipment?
All right. Well, I mean, like I said, bro, it's gonna be interesting to watch everything unfold. Like I said, I think some key things to follow, in my opinion, is the situation in Turkey. I think they're gonna play a major role in regard.
Erdogan, is he gonna get it?
Well, I'm just saying Turkey as a whole. Like they're gonna play a key part in a lot of shit, because
absolutely,
again, now remember we was talking about it, Blackson. They threatened to leave NATO. They threatened to leave NATO because of Sweden. They also when it comes to the election, they basically snitching on each other, saying Erdogan. Got one person saying Erdogan working for Putin, then Erdogan saying the other guy working for Biden.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep, they snitching on each other.
And Turkey, like land wise, they got a key advantage land wise, because Turkey stretched from the fucking Balkans all the way over to Georgia. So like that's a key buffer zone.
That is a key buffer zone, bro. We talked about that earlier too, man. As far as like Russia, man, we talked about that. Woo. Yeah, that is a key. Keep it, man. Woo, man.
So yeah, man. I mean, they could possibly sway how this whole Ukraine-Russia shit go. They're like keeping it real.
Well, like I said, hopefully them damn Islamic goons don't come see the damn kingmaker tonight. Talking about Allah Akbar. Allah wants you to go with Erdogan. I mean, I'm just saying, bro. Them Islamic goddamn goons can get pretty goddamn tough on you.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt, man. But yeah, like I said, man, we're gonna see that. That's one key thing to follow. And not to mention again, now it look like they trying to blow up the damn Turk Stream pipeline.
Right? Yeah.
You know what I mean? How is that gonna sway the position of Turkey? You know what I'm saying? Y'all just blew up our damn pipeline. Like, what are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying?
I said it comes down
the hell with NATO.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah, they not Germany now, because Germany looked the other way. But
yeah,
I mean, allegedly. But but I don't think Turkey.
Yeah, even though they cost Germany heat and fucking all of that shit.
Right.
So yeah, Germany got down. I don't think Turkey will do that. That's just me keeping it real.
I don't think so either, bro. I don't think so either.
Because Turkey is receiving that shit like right now. With the Nord Stream pipeline, they were in a position to receive it.
Right.
But they didn't get to reap the benefits. Turkey is reaping the benefits of that shit right now.
That's right. Yep. That's the difference. That is the difference. That is the line in the sand right there.
So yeah, you mess with that damn pipeline if you want to.
Yeah.
And think like Turkey going. I don't think Turkey gonna look the other way.
No, I don't think
like
so.
Like they supposed to say, man, it come wintertime, man, it sure is cold, but I'm glad that we are part of NATO.
Right, we down with NATO.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna do that.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think so either, bro.
I don't think they're gonna do that at all.
No.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see, man.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be interesting to see. So yeah, man, I guess that concludes the Arena Super Show.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah.
Arena this week, Arena abroad, man.
Yeah, man.
And
man, man, you be safe out there. I know you ain't made it home yet, man. Be safe, man. I had to, man. You sent that video, man. I had to put it on the short, man. Now we had 400 goddamn views with that, boy. I had to show people shit.
Yeah, that wasn't no joke. That wasn't no joke at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was my first time ever going that particular route.
Woo.
And man, I'll never do that shit again.
I told you Georgia wasn't no joke. I told you Georgia.
I'll never do it again, bro. I'm talking about in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing around. Nothing around. I was literally in the fucking wood. In the wood.
Yeah.
With bell signs and all type of shit. I was like, man, let me hurry up and get the hell out of here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that wasn't no joke, man. Man. Shouts out to all my truckers, man.
Yep.
They you know how we do, man.
That's right.
But you're right, man. Sometimes all money ain't good money.
No.
All money ain't good money. I mean, like, in retrospect, it was good money, but that's because I went through the shit.
That's why. And that's why it was good money.
Yeah, man. It was like that going up the mountain and was like that coming down.
Damn.
I'm like, whoever made this road need their ass beat.
Had their ass whooped, man. Yeah, they need to whoop up and down that damn road, man. Some shit
I'm like, how the hell you design a road like this? And then say trucks could drive on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Crazy as hell.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I literally had to take up, like, the turn. I had to take up my side and the other side.
Yep.
Just the damn turn. I was like, oh, hell.
Man, I was like, damn. Yeah, I saw that. I said, oh, gosh, man. I was like, oh, man. He made it through it, though. MD made, hey, that's a bet move, man. But like I said, I would not put my sons or MD sons in that position, bro. Y'all, no.
I don't trust my kid for that shit.
Hell no.
I don't trust my. Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah, man. My kids been on damn. You find my kids, the damn truck be down the damn mountain. They be living amongst the wolves and the bears and shit.
Right.
like Jungle Book or something. I'm like, how the hell?
Yeah.
You like, hell, I rolled a truck over. Like, man, you a damn fool.
Oh shit.
Man, you got to understand, man. Like kids these days, they come from that damn Grand Theft Auto, fucking
Serious.
Fast and Furious, Forza. That's all they know about when it comes to driving, man.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
They think it don't matter. Long that shit got wheels on it, like that shit'll do what you want to. Nah, bro.
Oh hell no. No.
Yeah. It take a certain amount of not necessarily experience, but it take a certain amount of respect for the equipment that you got.
That's right. Yep. You took the words
To like know what to do and what not to do. And I don't think a lot of people that drive trucks got that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially some of these folks I be seeing on the road driving those damn truck.
Man, tell me about it.
It'd be like Grand Theft Auto. Like they just went and carjacked the damn truck and they just go. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm like, how the hell did you get your CDL? How?
That's what I'm wondering, bro. Especially the ones from Somalia and the goddamn Ethiopia, man. How are y'all getting y'all licenses? Like, dude, y'all just get in the Cracker Jack box when y'all on the way over to America? Like, what the fuck going on? Shit.
Yeah, be driving like a bat out of hell on the highway, and then get to the truck stop and wreck the damn truck trying to get in the damn parking spot. How the hell you do that?
I don't know, bro. I don't know because I don't drive like
you.
that.
You were just doing 100 mile per hour on the goddamn highway. What is that? What happened?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. God,
going around the curve.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you driving on one side of damn tires, the other side of the tires up in the air.
Right. Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, man. Yeah, that was crazy, bro. I never do that shit again.
All right, I know.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But yeah, man. Yeah. So yeah, shouts out to the show. Shouts out to everybody that watch or will watch.
Yes.
I don't. Again, I ain't worked out the kinks or the logistics on how we gonna do it yet. But the goal is to do the Arena Cinema this Saturday. That'll be something. Yeah, that'll be something me and Blackson will talk about.
I'm glad you reminded me. Actually, I was going to set it up. I mean,
don't do it yet because I don't know what time particular. You know.
Oh, okay.
That'll be something we'll talk about in the back. Man. I ain't.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, because I'm excited about it. But yeah, now I do want to ask this question because this is a 3-hour movie. You want to? I mean, I guess we got to talk about the logistics. But yeah, I mean, were we gonna try to? Well, I guess play it straight through, right? Or
again, me personally, I don't care about nobody short attention span. You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
Okay, I'm with it. Okay,
but for the sake of time, I can see where we might have to split it up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
for the sake of time.
Okay.
But again, that'll be something that we'll talk about. I ain't necessarily like worried about it right now. You know.
Okay.
You know, like I said, we'll talk on the back end probably sometime this weekend, and we'll do the logistics of that. But yeah, man. But if nothing change, yeah, it's a go.
Okay.
The Arena Cinema,
man, I'm excited.
Birth of a Nation on Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Time to be determined. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And if we have to split it up, we'll do it in 2 parts. We'll do part 1 and part 2 if that's what we decide to do.
Okay.
But yeah, it should be interesting.
Yes.
It definitely should be interesting. And then, of course, you know, Nature Mom on Sunday mornings with Nature.
That's right. At 11 a.m. Eastern. Yep.
No doubt.
Yeah. So
yeah, man. Yeah, that's all I got though, man. If you ain't got nothing else,
man, it's a great show, man. I love it, man. We right at the 2 hour, 2:15. Yeah, that's actually pretty good for 6 articles, man. I thought we did pretty good, goddamn good. Shit. Shout out to East, man. Shout out to East. Shout out to GTO, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, jump on more often, bro. Yeah, loved it, man. Had a good time, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. Mm-hmm. Well, if that's all you got, man, I guess we can say peace, man.
All right, peace, y'all. We out.
Peace.